problem, we're asked to find the limit as x approaches pi over 4 of sine x minus cosine x over tangent x minus 1. So if we take this f of x and we try to plug in our pi over 4 directly, by direct substitution, this is what we'll get is sine pi over 4 minus cosine pi over 4 over tangent pi over 4 minus 1. And on the top, that's basically just a square root of 2 over 2 minus square root 2 over 2 over 1 minus 1, which turns out to be the indeterminate 0 over 0. So we do definitely have to change around our f of x to look a little bit differently. So this is how we'll do so. So limit as x approaches pi over 4. So we're going to leave the top right now, okay? And here we're going to work with a little bit of trig. So tangent x, another way to write that is sine x over cosine x. Then we have our minus 1 there. So what I'm going to do now is focus on the bottom and try to get that common denominator and see where that goes. So limit as x goes or approaches pi over 4 is sine x minus cosine x. Just leave the top the same for now. And then over, and we have our sine x over cosine x minus, and to get that common denominator, we just multiply 1 times cosine x on both top and bottom. Okay? And then now the way we could rewrite this is limit as x goes to pi over 4 of sine x minus cosine x, that's a minus sign, sorry, over 1, right? That's on the top, and then on the bottom we have a sine x minus cosine x all over cosine x, okay? So I'll continue this on the next slide. Alright, so now what we'll do is actually flip the bottom fraction up. We're going to multiply times the reciprocal of the bottom fraction. Okay, so we have our sine x minus cosine x over 1, and then this will be times, and now since we flip it, we have a cosine x on the top and a sine x minus cosine x on the bottom. That's just hanging out there. And as you'll notice, on both the top and the bottom, we have this quantity of sine x minus cosine x, so we can cancel those out and just pull out this cosine x, okay, which is continuous. This form of f of x is continuous at pi over 4, so we'll rewrite it like this, okay? So limit as x approaches pi over 4 of cosine x. So this is basically just going to equal, we'll do direct substitution here because we can. It is continuous at pi over 4. So cosine of pi over 4 is just going to be our radical 2 over 2, and that's a positive number. Okay? So that's all for the practice problems video. I hope that helped, and happy studying.